spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see
See that damn bird slide.
It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see our whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors allow them to problem solve as a group and strengthen their social bonds. This is just one of the many adaptations that makes the killer whale the top predator of the ocean. Their scientific name is Orcinus orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. And here at SeaWorld, all 5 members of our pod have their own individual names and identities. The first, like we talked about earlier, is Katina, our matriarch and leader at 44 years old. Next, we have our 2 females, Nalani and Malia. And last but not least, who you'll be meeting in just a moment, are Trua and Makayo. Now, the whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. So think about when you go to the doctor, and your doctor asks you for a blood sample. You know to hold out your arm, and your doctor takes that blood sample from the inside of your elbow. You're trained to help the doctor help you take care of your bodies. And it's the same thing with our killer whales. But killer whales don't have elbows like you and I do, so we had to get a little bit creative. Now, both Nick and Megan have asked Trua and Makayo to flip over onto their backs and present us with the underside of their tail flukes. Now, there's a vein that runs along the center of each lobe of their tail flukes, and this is a perfect place for us to be able to collect that blood sample. Now, if I was a veterinarian, I could come right over Nick's shoulder and go ahead and take that blood sample. The whales are doing exactly what we're looking for, staying nice and relaxed and laying their tail flukes nicely in Nick and Megan's hands. Now, not only is this so important for the health and well-being of our killer whales, but we can share this information with scientists and researchers who are studying killer whales out in the ocean.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
All right, everyone, now I have a question for all of you. Who here likes to play? Yeah! Well, so do the killer whales. And in honor of our special holiday today, Valentine's Day, we have some toys that we're going to share with our killer whales. Excellent! Well, now Trua and Makayo each have their own individual, what we call donuts. They're special killer whale toys, and you'll notice that there's some jello, like we talked about earlier, that's all over their donuts. Now, the killer whales love to play fetch, like you see here with Trua and Nick. Trua loves if you give him a little bit of jello and then go ahead and throw that donut back into the water. You see he's bringing it back to Nick. He's already eaten a couple pieces off of it. Now, this is flavorless and colorless jello. It's a little bit of a different texture, and it's really fun for them if we stick it onto different toys. They love pulling all of those little jello pieces off. Sometimes we can even stick toys together and make almost a killer whale pinata. And they know to pull all of those toys apart by using teamwork or just doing it themselves like you see right here. Now, Megan is over on the left-hand side. She's interacting with Makayo, and it looks like they're also playing a fun game of fetch. Ooh, how special. So Megan asked Makayo to spin around in a circle with his donut, which she said, actually, no thank you. I'd like to just play with it my way, which is totally fine. The animals like to interact with their toys in all different ways. It's one of my favorite things to do as a trainer, come up with different toys that each of our killer whales seems to enjoy. Well, we're so excited that we were able to share this playtime with you, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day! Well, SeaWorld's research and observation on the killer whales under our care has helped shed light on many mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that a pregnant killer whale has a gestation period of 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to gain out in the ocean. Some information, however, can only be obtained through field observation. That's why